Hi there, Nigel Saunders here. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone. In today's video, I'll be talking about growing your trees from a seed and then how to develop them into a nice bonsai tree. I'll start today's journey with a trip to the forest to collect some seeds. One of the best times of the year to collect seeds is in the fall. Most of the trees in the Canadian forest develop all their seeds in the fall. I believe any tree can become a good bonsai tree, even if it has large leaves. So when I go to the forest, I just collect seeds from my favorite trees. The first tree I'm going to be looking for is a hawthorn tree. I don't have any hawthorns in my collection, so I'll be looking for hawthorn seeds. This hawthorn tree has lost all its leaves, but it still has all its little berries on the tree. I'll open up one of the little fruits, and inside you can see a little hard seed, a single seed in each berry, and that is the start of a great bonsai tree. Here's a close-up shot of the trunk on these hawthorns. They have really long, wicked thorns, but a really nice bark texture. When I'm collecting seeds, I don't just look up in the trees, I also look on the ground. Just here I found a walnut and some more hawthorn berries. I also try and collect seeds from many different trees to get a large variety. Underneath this old apple tree, I found some old apples that I can get seeds out of. I broke open the apple, and inside there's some really nice seeds for bonsai. There's a close-up of the seeds, so I'll save those for planting. Underneath the giant pine trees, you can often find cones lying on the ground. When I find a pine cone on the ground, I give it a tap, and if there's any seeds in the scales, they'll fall out into the palm of my hand. In this case, there weren't any. Here's an excellent place to find spruce cones. There's plenty of fresh cones on the ground here that are just full of seeds. You just let these dry out and they open up and all the seeds will fall out. Here's the base of a really ancient hawthorn tree. And if you've ever wondered how big they can get really, really large. Here's the top of the tree. I'm standing here at the base of some giant larch trees. Let's go in and see if we can get some seeds. Here's a fairly low branch that is full of cones. So hopefully I can get some seeds out of those cones. I found a branch lower down that's just full of larch cones. So let's open up some and have a look. I've opened up a larch cone, and inside you can see the little seed on a wing. It looks like a little maple key or something. So that's what you plant. So if you let these cones dry out and then you just tap them, all the seeds will fall out. So I'm going to collect a whole bunch of larch cones. I've collected a handful of cones now from the giant larch trees. Taking a nice walk through nature has got to be the funnest way of collecting seeds, but it's not the only way. Let's leave the forest now and head back to the city. Out here in the city, it's a lot less peaceful, but you can find some really good varieties of trees. Here's an Austrian pine that has some really good pine cones on it. You can see them right here. They've developed really nicely. The scales are still closed, so they're still full of seeds. You can take that cone home, dry it out, and all the seeds will drop out. I'm underneath a small leaf linden tree, Let's see what seeds I can get off of it. Up in the leaves here, there's lots of seeds. Little tiny ones. I'll just pull them off and we'll have a look at them. Here's the seeds here. They're just little tiny round ones. There's a really nice paper bark maple tree behind me. Let's go have a look. Here's a shot of the base of the tree. You can see the nice flaking bark. I've always wanted one as a bonsai tree. So this year I noticed the tree's just loaded with seeds. So if we come up here, you can see all the seeds. So those will be really good to plant. Here's a beautiful hickory tree, but the squirrels have taken all the nuts off it, so I can't find any on the tree. I know there was some earlier, but I guess I've left it too late. Beautiful tree though. I'm zipping around town on my bike now collecting seeds. Behind me is a beautiful locust tree, and you can see all the seed pods hanging off of it. I don't have to reach far to pick the pods off the tree. You can hear the loose seeds inside the pods, so you know they're ripe and ready for picking. Further down the street, there's a really nice pair of Kentucky coffee trees. These beautiful trees are just loaded with seed pods. So let's go in and have a look at them. Here's a seed pod blowing in the wind. As the pods get more mature, they start to turn a darker brown color, almost a chocolate brown. So we'll take some of the mature pods. This seed pod was already split open, so let's have a look at the seeds inside. There they are. You can see the big button-shaped seeds. So we'll take those home and plant them. I started the video collecting seeds in the forest, and then we went out into the city, and now we're back in the backyard. This year my thuja or my cedar trees are just loaded with cones. If I give the cones a shake, all the seeds come raining out. You can see how many seeds I just collected in that short period of time. I've collected lots of nice seeds for bonsai today, and the next step will be to plant them and then discuss how we're going to grow them into a bonsai tree. So that's it for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm Nigel Saunders in the Bonsai Zone.